Hello, and welcome to my second stream of Skyrim called Skyrimming with Felix. Thanks to someone from last chat called ScottRinseRepeat for suggesting this name. As uh, I said, we are going back into Skyrim. This is a Skyrim survival uh, session. Last round we were in legendary mode, but things were quite a little difficult for me, and as such, I've switched the difficulty down a little bit. And I had a fishing rod out because I was doing some uh fishing just to get some more food because with this being survival mode, you have to manage things like eating, not so much drinking, but your warmth as well as sleeping. You have to make sure you sleep. So that was why I was in the tavern. I had booked a room, but with it being 11 in the morning, it really wasn't the most appropriate time to sleep for 8 hours. Well, you could sleep for 8 hours, and then it's the middle of the night. But with it being the middle of the night, then things would be a little difficult. So right now we're just taking a bit of a walk to another fishing spot that I know, so that we can collect a little more food, and then from there we're going to stop by this mine that, as you can see, is a little undiscovered. But we're going to clear that out and then turn around and head back to Windhelm, and I'm gonna untake that and do this bounty for the Jarl of Windhelm, I believe it is. Uh Not Winterhold. But with this being the a survival mode, I am not really going to be following too much along the main quest. So we're not going over to Bleakfellow's Barrow. We're not going to be fighting a dragon because that'll spawn more dragons. And with the difficulty still being somewhat high, I definitely don't want to be dealing with random dragons because I have to walk or take carriages everywhere. So this is the other fishing spot. There's a little iron ore mine that you can get, but you can pick up this fishing rod if you want. But to fish, you just click fishing supplies, and now you're reeling. As there were multiple splashes, you can see that there are definitely fish. If there are no splashes, that means the fishing hole that you're at is uh like there are no fish at that time. You have to wait an hour or a day basically and then come back. So I've caught one fish and splash, splash, splash. Waiting along. And with this being sort of the one of the first fishing spots that you find, there is a fisherman or fisherman. But they okay. Uh yes, I'm sure they're talking, but I'm more interested in fishing and oh wow, hello. Yeah, no. You're just glitching into the ground now. Fun. That's a little disturbing. But yes, I'm glad you've been fishing and hunting in this parts for a while. But I'm gonna leave this fishing spot to them. There's a fishing map that gives like an idea where there are some more fishing spots that you can go to. So I'm gonna take that. It's not stealing. Person will get pissed off at me. And then from there, I'm going to time. So it's 1 o'clock. So we're gonna switch up my items, take off the fishing rod, and take the iron axe. This is still very new. We have just escaped Helgen. I am. See if there's a way to. Yes. This is my character. He's got a bit of a hood, so we have to zoom in kind of weirdly, but get a screenshot for the next stream, which will be definitely on Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But this game has only been going for a little bit, so I'm definitely not leaving just yet. As you can see, I've got a backpack, which is a creation or a mod that you can pick up from the Creation Club. It allows you to carry a little more. It also gives some bonuses to your just like various abilities. I believe my one allows me to do more bow damage, which, yes. Hunter's backpack with bedroll. Carrying capacity is increased by 75 points. Bows do 10% more damage. That's just the what. As you can see, the various items have a warmth stat, which definitely going to be putting on the 4 shoes because they have a little better warmth, as well as putting on these bracers just so that I'm a little warmer and I can boost my armor rating. And then these all nice and sneaky with an axe and a dagger. So the enemies were a little easier to hit and deal with. The last stream, I definitely had to run away from some wolves and lead them to guards to either help me kill them or I died. Like I'm definitely at a death counter of 3 from just that stream, which definitely says something. That's since I'm got a with this being survival, things like lockpicks and arrows, which normally don't have any damage, or not damage, but weight to them. They are now weight 0.1 of a pound, and you're charging me, and you are charging me. So they've definitely done a little damage, not too much, but yes, weight 0.1. So you definitely have to worry about weight in this mode. So I'm not picking up everything that I could, because then you don't have the carry weight and you end up losing stamina, which is very important here because you start getting various debuffs. But I'm gonna check out this spot. And I am definitely gonna pick up that pickaxe just so that if I wanted to at some point, I'll be able to do some mining and sneak along. This is just one of the first sort of dungeons you find from after leaving Helgen. So there shouldn't be too many bandits, and yeah, I'm sure I could have left this for later and then gotten a bounty to clear this place up. But while I'm here, I'm going to pick what I can up. I'm definitely picking up all the foodstuffs just simply to be able to do cooking, and they found me. So off of that, I'm going to grab the dagger and the simple fact that I would like some healing. You can't bash at them. So unlike normal Skyrim, healing is much harder to do, and that was a quite a graphic uh, for Skyrim at least kill cam. But that's why things like restoration is very important. As you can see from my stamina bar, it's not fully uh, refilled. That is due to me being tired. So after I deal with this band camp, which there shouldn't be too many more people, I am going to head back to Riverwood, take a nap, and then go deal with the keep. You know that there are some people over here. I mean, through the entryway, and also grab. Technically, you're activating it, but I'm really just stealing a fort and pommel handling them until they sort of crumple over. And that gives us a key mine. Key to this mine, and that should be the last. Yep, last few people, but it's always good to be able to use the key and salt piles. Now, these are one of the more important items when it comes to food that you can collect, because if we go to food, things like wine, they only restore like 2 points of hit points instead of healing much more in the normal round. Or things like bread, this would give 18 points of hunger. Raw fish, raw meats, they have a chance of venison. Uh, because it's raw, you have a chance of contracting food poisoning, which definitely makes sense. But for seared slaughterfish, this is cooked food, so it restores 5 points of health and then 22 points of hunger. That is the main point that I really need to watch out for, because 2 points of hunger, that's not really going to help us much. And salt is what really is one of the major components of making better foods, or at least seasoning the foods. And that can only be done in certain spots. So, just spider eggs are more of an alchemic component than anything else, but they're still useful to have. And I'm going to leave that and check out this chest. This just. So, these hide boots are decrease my warmth rating a little bit, as well as my armor, but that extra 25 points of carrying capacity is definitely worth it until I get other things and then start using enchanting for that. So that puts me up to a carrying capacity of 250. So then I'm going to start grabbing some of these warhammers and other items that I can then turn around and sell for gold. So let's definitely go into my books, and this is the bounty that I collected, where they're asking for help to kill the bandits in Valsheim Keep that have been harassing and attacking visitors. And then there's a fishing map and Claire points. That just is a basic GPS like uh, spell. It shows you a semi-invisible line to your current path. So I'm now getting a little ore so that I can also do some basic blacksmithing if that is something I wish to do. And oh, that yeah. you only get so much iron and then it's depleted. I think I saw somebody walking over there, so I'm going to switch over to my bow. Yes, so this is the now I am drained. That is a possibly a sign of tired, or could be a food situation. Two I missed, and I again, and that's because I was shooting the wall, which that sends lots of people coming at me. So I'm going to flee some. Change over to other weapons. Let's go with the Warhammer. Ooh, I got might with multiple guys just right on me. There's two, so I don't have to worry too much quite yet of possible death number 4. So with the uh fact that there's still the big eye, so they are searching for me, but I don't have the detected. So I should be able to sort of hide near these dead bodies, and the AI will sooner or later forget about me, and I might be able to then sneak up on this last possible bandit. Yep, there we go. They have forgotten that they had seen or heard anything, and now I can go back to crouch walking along. That is one of the issues with, or jokes of Skyrim AI, that you can pretty much shoot an arrow near their uh, head and they just forget about it or don't really react too badly and don't have the archery perk quite yet that increases my zoom in ability or gives you the ability to zoom in. So definitely missed on that person. And then there are more sacks that lots of food, and thankfully the weight of food isn't that bad, so you can just search take all and get lots of things. Now the sacks of flour I'm taking, but I don't know if those are something that can be very easily uh used in cooking or if they're just what it is. So I will find out when I get to a spot that has uh that I can do cooking. And due to the, as I have talked about, the healing that you can get isn't automatic or a lot when taking rest. Things like the potions of health are very important and are worth their weight in gold, as it were. So I'm just taking the woven bolt. Now I'm carrying too much, so normally you just sort of walk slowly, which is still the same, but also I'm going to drop that bucket that I got last time fishing and the bowl, which allows us to do a little more carrying, but not too much. So I'm still doesn't have a nice they just have a long bow, which is the same thing as I do. So I definitely need to drop. Let's go with one of the fur or fur shoes, which didn't give enough. So drop a fishing line because we don't need 2 fishing rods. Well, you could possibly dual wield fishing rods and attack people with them, but they don't do very much damage, and they're not that useful. Oh, ooh, I am hungry. So drained is something different. So I am, or if it is not, but as always, let's down a bottle of mead and then switch over to the sheared slaughterfish, which restores 220 points of hunger. I'm now satisfied, and I can come over and read this book of armor forging, which increases my smithing abilities. Now, normally you'd be able to uh level up normally, but with this being survival mode, you can only level up while sleeping. So I am going to have to wait until I come back, and I'm now just checking out what if there is anything that I can craft, which does not look like it. So there are some different backpacks that you can get. So this one would increase my stamina by 20 points. But once I get a hatchet and be able to chop the firewood, these camping supplies will allow you to sort of camp out in the middle of nowhere, which if you aren't near a town or have the money to spend on a room, that is very helpful because sleep is important. Go figure. So, since there was nothing really there that I could make, and now I could sleep in these bedrolls and get all the benefits from sleeping. I did pay 10 gold for a room in the tavern at Riverwood, so I am going to use of it because after a day it expires. I don't know if I triggered a trap. Oh no, that was just a scout, and then duck around those noise traps, and out to the wider world of Skyrim we go. And hit a bunch of buttons, going over the same ones again to figure out. There we go. It's now 5 o'clock. So we basically spent about 5 hours clearing that dungeon, and now we are back on our way over to Riverwood. And so the those fights were not a cakewalk. They were pretty simple. So I might look at changing things later down the lines for difficulty. So this is the cooking ability, which is in basic Skyrim, but you wasn't really used. So here are the recipes that I could make. I could make a cabbage stew, apple cabbage stew, which seems a little interesting, or just a basic cabbage stew. And then there's a bunch of fish that you can make, and as you can see, the fish just give you 220 points of hunger restored, while the soups gave 380, which is good to know. But let's see what else. So these hot items, the hot beef stew, hot whatnot, they also restore points of cold, which is a other debuff that you need to look at, but they involve getting fire salt, which I definitely don't have quite yet. And I think I am going to make 2 with the venison. I do believe that the cooked foods don't go bad in your inventory, so I could just plow through and cook a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to make a couple potato soups. Check this miscellaneous, which are poisoned items, which are you can just feed or reverse pickpocket the foods into people's inventories, and that'll probably cause them to take some poison. But as there isn't that much there, it wouldn't kill them, just make them slightly upset. And there was a white-armed guard that looked at me for a bit. But that's all the food because I'm feeling a little peckish. And yeah, he just walked over to see what I was doing. And I am going into the trader to sell the items that I have. Yes, I do know that my level up is available. They have asked me to collect their golden claw, which is in Bleak Falls Barrel, which I could go up and get, but if I return it before I go through the rest of the system, I would have to like come back and then steal it or something. So I'm probably just going to ignore the fact that I promised to return their claw and just that's how it is, and sell a bunch of the items. I'm 12 damage, 11 damage. Sell the steel sword because I kind of like axes better, and a bunch of these items you can get pretty easily. I'm gonna keep the shield because having the ability to block stuff is really nice, and that potion. All these are ones you just get but are good to have, and sell all the drills. I'm gonna keep that piece of that ignite just to bring over here and possibly try to use a blacksmith. But yeah, so I'd need more leather to use it for the dark leather backpack, but because that only gives carrying capacity increase, I'm probably not going to use it there. But there are other things like the magic thief one. The thief backpack looked interesting, but since I'm going for not so much of a full-on stealth build, but more of a sneaky, not sneaky, but a warrior build, that so I'm not gonna go that route. Hello, Stump. A dog. Woof, woof. I. Oh, hey, Hunt. Yeah, I'm going for probably an axe build, but let's just. So I'm not hearing any audio at all. I don't know if people can hear the game right now. I tried doing some issues with my like switching up some things in OBS, and that might have messed things up. No, I think no. This is a setting on this side. Yes. There. Now I can hear it. I'm not sure if you guys all the time could hear it, which I just had to switch up how I was
we got
pumping my
rooms
system.
And food. Drink too. I cook.
So
ain't much else to tell.
what you got to sell?
Let's sate that appetite,
Indeed. Burning blood wine. Resists 40% of poison for 50 seconds. Can breathe underwater for 50 seconds. That's kinda nice. Brown mammoth stew. Okay, yeah. You just started hearing it. Okay, that is need to remember to switch audio on my PlayStation over to my monitor instead of my headset like when I'm normally playing. But let's grab mead, a couple chicken breasts, because trying to get the chickens another way involves getting a bunch of bounties, and that's not a lot of fun. 3 points of health for 720 seconds. That is worth the 25 gold. Now let's see what salt. Grab the eat. Honeycomb is probably good, and then let's see here if this.
Have you seen that shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
I'll go check that out. Let's see what other rumors.
Nobody trusts those mages way up north in their college. Gods only know what
Thanks,
they
hon.
do
That's
up there.
good to know that the audio is good. Is my voice still a little tinny or no?
We've got something of a love triangle here in Riverwood. Faendal and Sven, both vying for Camilla's affections.
Don't care. Love triangle. You guys can deal with that. I'm just close the door and go to sleep. 7. Do a nice 12 hours rest, which getting 12 hours of sleep in a night is not something I normally get. Okay. Now, this is the normal level up screen, and I am going to increase my stamina, and then roll along, and since I'm also going to do a little into archery, I'm going to give my bow some more damage. And I'm awake and feeling rested, but I'm hungry. So, since it's the morning and I have definitely bought some ale, let's that, and then grilled chicken breast. Let's take both. Feel better, but I'm still peckish. Now I'm well fed, which gives me all my stamina back. And since this is a new day, we are going into Skyrim and off to Valheim Keep. So we are walking along. I was talking to one of the guys that I work with, and he at first didn't realize that there was fast travel abilities in Skyrim, so he was running around everywhere and then got frustrated with the fact that dragons were attacking him all the time. And then when he got... Oh, yeah, no, that deer saw me and ran off. I'm not going to hunt him because I'd be chasing him all along. But I don't think I've seen that Viva La Dirt League sketch about people being stealth archers. But yeah, that's normally the build I go for. I definitely enjoy being more of the sneaky character, and I might do just a personal run where I am a stealth archer, but if I do that, I might also go into some of the it's called a bit of a restoration loop, where you increase your alchemy skills and make potions that boost your restoration abilities. Then you turn around, drink that potion, make another potion that boosts that skill, then make a enchanting potion, and yeah, it can be a little of a nightmare hunt, but that's the point of the sort of the survival mode. I'm having some issues with my mods or fog is making things a little glitchy, but instead of going over that way to Winter Helm, I am going up this way, following the path marker, and there is a wolf that now, because, yeah, they still definitely do some damage. I can't just Leroy Jenkins charge into people, but it's no longer a, oh god, I'm going to die from a single wolf. And switch over to magic, because this is a easy way to do some healing. And fully heal up. So while there isn't any real fast travel abilities, you can, from the major houses of the, or not houses, but cities in the various places, there are carriages, and you can spend, it's basically like 25 or 75 gold to go to the other various houses holds. So instead of going across the entire map, which this is a map, so like instead of having to walk Whiterun all the way up to Morthal, which one could do, but that would be quite a trek, you can, from basically the stables, pay for a carriage to go straight there, and that cuts down some of the traveling time. So if I was going to check out Windhelm, I would be able to go from Whiterun, but within the hold you have to walk places instead of fast traveling. And I can understand that it could be a little bit wolfy. Okay. Ooh. Pick. That. Grab the wolf pelts. I'm definitely thinking of checking out, going to one of the other holds. I'm probably, after this quest, going to move down to Falkreath, because if you do enough jobs for a Jarl, you get the ability to buy a house, and having just a house that you can have, you can store some of the stuff that is in my backpack that's just weighing me down, which would be nice. I would do it in Winterhelm, but that's tied to the quest, which the main quest, which I'm not doing. So that's, since I've done my healing, let's pick up Steel Dagger. I should check out a general store, see if they've got a fire wood axe or whatnot, so that I can chop wood at some point instead, because yes, I have a war axe, but that doesn't work. You can't chop wood with that. You dull a blade or something, or it's not big enough. And these deer are going to, or stags probably, are going to run off because I startled them, and I have no interest in trying to chase them down. Run faster than I can, both my character and in real life. And I'm almost at the keep, which last stream I definitely tried to do, and they were a lot more, and I think, yeah, I've definitely been detected. They saw me, so no sneaking along. Yes, there I am.
You'll be so much easier to rob when you're dead.
Technically that's looting, not robbing. You loot dead bodies, you rob people, but, you know, you're a bandit, so what do you know? And I'm just gonna pick up some of his gear, find a spot to get out of the arrow. Okay. Pick up those potions. And yes. Am I gonna pay for that, or are you just gonna die? So, armor is... might pick up the heavy helmet simply because that gives me a little more whatnot, but other than that, I am a lot of this stuff I can loot later. Ah, this guy is technically the one that the bandit chief is the one that I need to kill, and then the bounty is done. But I'm definitely going to be clearing out the entire keep. Just why leave a few bandits around and back up and use my magic to heal up a little. Oh, that power. I'm gonna back up into this room just so that woodcutter's axe. That's what I was looking for. Now I could go back and collect the bounty, but there's still two guys who are quite pissed at me for killing their friends. I think they're over. Double iron shields. I'm gonna take the steel mace and the dagger. I'm gonna run along here to the other side. Close that door so that if people come along, I hear them. Charcoals needed. And yeah, I think those potions are just for show and nothing more, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, figure out what I picked up. So,
Wait to count out your coin.
yeah, your friends also said that, and
Die already, so I can take your stuff.
no. You die so I can take your arrows and gold. Those are major. There. It's on the other side, probably down below, but you can come after me if you want. Since I pretty much cleared this area, I am going to loot what I can. Various books, Morgan's deer head, dark leather backpack with bedroll. I'm gonna pick you up simply because I can sell you, and a little over. Nope. Yep, definitely sniping me from Narnia, but it's definitely like me when it comes to sniping and hit for anything. So I'm just gonna let him. Hey, what? This I think is kind of odd because I don't recognize that, but definitely stuff to sell. Or it might be a type of soul stone, which when you learn Soul's Trap and then kill people, you have, if you kill them fast enough, you have the chance of, or it's not a chance, if you kill them fast enough, you just trap their soul in the gem as long as you have a compatible one. So like that bow that I picked up. That too. Yes, definitely there. So, hunting bow of souls. If a target dies within 3 seconds, fills a soul gem. So, once I hit somebody, I would have 3 seconds to kill them so that I could steal their soul, as it were. If it takes longer than 3 seconds, the soul doesn't get trapped, or if I don't have a gem of a high enough quality to they're upstairs. Okay. Then the soul just doesn't get trapped. Humanoids take a you can only trap.
You think you can take me?
Yes, I do think. But let's heal up first. Black soul gems are the type of gems that can hold a humanoid soul. Otherwise, it's various, like, animals can go into some of the more, like, common, small, with that sort of thing. But he's the last one, and I am nice and warm, but because I leveled up, I'm just going to take a brief 1 hour nap, which then triggers my level up ability, and I'm already halfway to leveling up again. And let's do one-handed weapons do 40% more damage, which is the next perk of 5 out of that one, which they level up to basically 100%, and then that's all you can do. But well, that's cabbage. I don't want the bucket because that's no use. Cheese. Not really doing any specific challenges, at least not right now. I'm just going through and playing on more of like a hard survival mode. I'll probably look into seeing what some of the various challenges are, other than sort of like how many days can you survive. There are some of those sort of challenges. Can you survive 100 days? But I've already died 3 times, so the answer to that is no, I cannot survive 100 days. At least, not right now. And take the walk back. And let's jog some. Stamina does come back a little slowly, but definitely does increase, so I can do some running. And let's sheath the weapons. I'm not going up to this standing stone because there is a necromancer there that gets pissed off if you walk up there. This one is the ritual stone, which allows you to revive people within a certain radius around you, and they stay with you for about like 600 seconds or something, and then they basically die unless enemies have already killed them. So we're going to continue on, and we've talked to this person, and he's looking at collecting herbs and spices for some chef that's supposedly world famous within the Skyrim world, called the Gourmet, but I'm not interested in finding him. And we're actually going to stop by this house right here, just so that I'm out of the wilderness and somewhere semi-warm, because I'm going to need to take a quick bio break. So I'll be back once we get into this room momentarily. Yeah, into the meadery.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, and was just going in there because I needed to stay somewhere warm, and I can see I'm a little peckish, which I will deal with once we're in this
Need a blade?
might run.
You should talk to Adrian at the fort. Fear not. Some dragon or giant will be ready.
Will be. Past this farm. So this is the carriage driver that you can hire to take you places if you so wished, or you can just ride on a horse and go places. But with a horse you actually have to run around, and with the carriage you just pay, get in the back, and they take you wherever you want to go. But they both cost money, and like a horse is like 1,000 gold unless you want to steal it and then deal with angry guardsmen for stealing a horse, which at least right now I don't want to do. But now I actually have this. Muscle. I do have this quest to basically beat this.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
I'm gonna come back and punch you in the face for that. But as I was saying, I had a quest basically to intimidate him and beat him up, and then go back and talk to someone, and you get a little money. That's a companion, which they live over here. Quest, which
What is it, Imperial?
I will definitely do probably after I turn in this bounty and get a couple hundred gold, I think, maybe. You don't really get too much money from dealing with the various bounties that are you honestly get more money from looting the bodies and dragging all their stuff back and selling it than you do from actually clearing out the person. But since I don't have too much gold on me at this time, this is a good way to make some money. And in some of the other holds, when you done enough of them, you become sort of like a friend of the whole of the city, and then you can buy a house. Thank you. Yep, 100 gold. That's all I got from there, but that's totally fine. And walk past the guard, doing some practice swings. Now let's unequip pretty much everything, so that when I go back, and let's remove that custom way marker for the keep that I
here to lick my father's boots.
had set up earlier, but now cleared, so we don't need that marker. And I'm going to go fight that snooty old rich guy. Well, not old, but snooty rich guy. Now, old man. Move the marker.
Old friend,
Continue on.
patron of the great clan battle.
Because I'm feeling peckish and probably should eat more than just once a day, I'm going to have some roasted pheasant. And go past the Priest of Talos.
Surrender to the Almighty. You dust.
And we're in the house this year.
Damn those Bravings to it. They want to back the storm, folks.
Walk around this person. Yep, same house. Just walk through their yard, trample on their flowers. Not a house, but a tavern, the Drunken Huntsman. And pain.
Do you get to the... You can't scare me into submission. Let's
Okay.
go. Come on. Here we go.
Yes, this is much easier than last time. He definitely punched me into submission and glitched the game. But
That's all you got? You're pathetic. You're tougher than you look. You got me, fair and square.
good.
Fine, I'll take care of it. Just
You do know
please leave me alone.
As long as you don't call me out in the middle of the courtyards, then yes. Now let's talk to you.
Hello, friend. An archer, huh?
Yeah.
I've got just what you need.
Less warrant rating, so I'm not going to add a bunch of steel armor, which is all good, but not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna take that lockpick because it's always good to have that. So there are these. Both are enchanted weapons. They run on soul stones, which would end up having to get to recharge the enchantments later down the line. So that's dismay. That's all well and nice, but that's a lot of money. Might leave that for later. Steel arrows, 10 damage. They do 8. I am. Who did I talk to about?
Try Hulda, the
Bannered
innkeeper
Mare.
at the
All right,
Bannered Mare.
thanks.
It's just up the road near the market.
Back up the right run. To talk to.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Yes.
Sometimes I miss the soldier's life, but when I hold my daughter in my arms, I know I made the right choice.
What are you two arguing about?
My Sapphire doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword.
Oh?
He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room.
Do you need help finding that sword?
I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby, but I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun Guards.
Yeah,
or
they
maybe hire
really
the Highlanders to
haven't.
get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but
I never
if you
really
find it
was
out
able
in
to
your
get
travels,
too much
I'd be
into
grateful to you.
Elder Scrolls Online.
If you find that
I
sword,
tried it a little
please bring
while
it to me.
back, but it just
Come on.
wasn't. It was a lot to get into, and at that point I was like, I have other games that I want to play, and a lot of grinding, and same with Fallout 76. But yeah, you're right, Hunt. They definitely haven't really captured anything like Skyrim. Now, let's Talk to Felix.
Some people don't
Take
think
care
I'm
of the
smart.
problem.
You seem to have a knack for this kind of thing. I'll make
Indeed.
sure people in charge know.
Thank you. I'm looking for work.
Skjor was looking for you earlier.
You want-
Don't know. He just said he needed to talk to you before you do anything else. I don't like making him angry, but there is some work for you if you want it.
Sure, let's take on another quest here. This leads down the companion quest line where you can turn into a werewolf if you so wish, but probably
There you are.
not going to do that, so I'm going to... This is probably one of the last...
I
Nope.
did. Your time, it seems, has come.
What do you mean?
Last week, a scholar came to us. He said he knew where we could find another fragment of Wuthrad. He seemed a fool to me, but if he's right, the honor of the companions
And if you want
demands
to
that
keep
we seek
having
it out.
ears, you'll pretend you didn't. Is it not allowed?
This is a simple
It's not
errand.
exactly forbidden.
The time is right for it to
So
be
it's
your
not
trial.
true. So that's
Carry
that.
yourself with honor, and you'll become a true companion.
Alright.
Farkas will be your shield. He'll answer any question. Try not to disappoint, or to get him killed.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave that quest for now. Just have to talk to him and then he becomes my companion, but as I am going to do this mercenary job, which I don't think he would be very interested in following me along
I
dealing
hope
with.
you've ready
so
yourself.
I'm off doing something else. Probably didn't have to go through the house to deal with that.
I've reshaped this land, which is mine.
6 p.m.
For you.
Check the map. That is a Riddon's Retreat. Quite a ways away, so I'm going to leave that for later.
When the
And
Empire surrenders.
See what else, other work that I can possibly pick up here. Leaving the stuff. Here's the bannered mare.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over. If it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood for the fires?
I'll do that later.
People say there is someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
Looking for work.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Their bounties.
Need anything else? Just let me know.
This. It's 7 o'clock. I am going
What
to
can
rent
I
a
get?
room.
Sure thing. It's
and
yours for a day.
rest for the day.
I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Oh, better than Riverwood. You just had to open doors until you found the room you wanted. Now you actually show me where I'm supposed to
did you
go.
need
That's
something?
even better. I don't. No, not from you. Up the stairs. Okay,
Let
so
me know
there's
if there's
just
anything
one
else you
room.
need.
You get one. There's one room in this whole place, and you get all to yourself, which I mean, you can't take like plates or anything, but that's that. And take another rest, but I actually haven't been feeling too great the last little bit. Work has been extra dusty, and that has been causing me some issues with my asthma. So again, this is going to be a short stream. I'm gonna have potato soup, one of my potato soups, and mead, but I'm going to call it there. Thanks Aunt for hanging out. I hope you had fun. Anyone who's watching after the fact, leave a comment down below, and I'll definitely make sure to respond, and hope you enjoyed. If you do, feel free to hit